All right, guys, here's the deal. Lots of times you guys roll your coils and you roll them way too thin. Remember I said that you have to have your coils, or you want your coils about the thickness of your finger? If I'm looking at this, this is way too thin. Or even just look at the difference between the coil I added and this coil. Now, some of you guys don't realize it or notice it, and you start adding that coil on and you're building up. Or another thing that you guys love to do is you add it on and you start to pinch it thin. This happens a ton. So if you look now at the thickness, look at my finger, this is way too thin. When it's thin like that, it might be easier to make your coils, or you can make longer coils, but the reality is you start to build up, your vase does not have strength. How do you fix that? One of the things you do is if you hold your fingers like this, think back to making those pinch pots. If you have it like so, this is how thick our coils should be. It's about as thick as our pinch pots were. I'm going to have my hands on either side, and then I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to compress the clay until it hits my fingers. So it's that thickness. It's a wonderful way, or an easy way, instead of starting over, to make your coils thicker and give you back some of that strength that you lose when you make too thin of coils. Check and check often. Now, here's another issue that a lot of the kids have when they're building. They realize, oh, it got too thin, or maybe it's starting to push out a little bit. Remember, the clay is going to do what you tell it. So you go back to some of those pinch pot methods that we learned. You can push clay together just by gently grabbing, but kind of pushing it, forcing it to get to more of the shape that you want, or even the thickness that you want. Again, check often to see if you can see air or see light through your coils. And if you can, you're going to go back to holding, compressing. One of the last most important things that you guys need to consider is what's your shape, of course, but also if you're having issues, how to put it back together. That might, if it gets really thick in an area, you can use your pinching method as well. So think about that as you build. Make sure you're constantly checking pretty good thickness. All right? If it's good, keep building. If it's not, go back to those skills that we've been using or you just learned and fix it. Okay? Here you have it.